Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being patient with us. It must be the gloomy Sunday morning that got us running a little bit behind.
Time of year,
but
man.
it is what it is. Welcome to episode 22,
Deuce.
the Emmett Smith episode. It's your boy Juice.
Adolf.
Big Manny back in the house.
Hey, Manny's back in the house. We know y'all missed him for the picks, them degenerate picks that we got to talk about. And then we got a good show for you guys today. We're going to talk a little bit about the playoff seedings and standings, some college football bowls that happened. We'll do a quick recap of the games that already played, our predictions for the week coming up, and then, of course, our fantasy implications, which have a lot to do now in the playoffs. Everyone should be in the playoffs by now unless your league sucks. So
some high school football playoffs.
Some high school football, and then some other moves in some other sports. So stay tuned. This is going to be a good show. Y'all be ready. Get ready. Never lost.
What was that?
What's that? You want me to keep going?
You're now tuned in to the Sports Cave on #Champs.
All right, and again, welcome to the Sports Cave, the official podcast of real fans. This show streams live on YouTube every Sunday morning, so start your morning with us. We do interact with our audience through live chat and phone calls. If you can't make the live stream, then you know you can catch us on Monday morning at 6:30 on iTunes and Google Music Play. That does come out at 6 a.m., so we'd like you to subscribe to our community, and you can do so by visiting #champs.tv.
And don't forget to check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at the Sports Cave, and you can always catch the live stream by going to live.#champs.tv. Thank you very much.
And before we start, we want to give a big shout out to Arturo at Target in Dallas for helping Mino cop this big 10-inch Hulk. That's a rare piece to find for any of y'all that are in the pop community. I know we have some bobbleheaders. We got some bobblehead gang in here, but
Pops and Bobbles.
we do Pops and Bobbles going to be a new page we're finna start right.
Yeah,
I guess.
right on, man.
These are hard to find. These are going. They're actually limited to one per customer, and Mino was able to cop one during the week. So shout out to Arturo and Target.
What's up, Foodie?
Hopefully he tunes in and becomes our plug for these exclusives at Target, because those are hard to get. But
Yeah, man, we need a good hookup, a local hookup.
Yeah, we do.
Been popping out in Cali. I know you got an office full of these things.
yeah,
now?
I got an office full. I had to bring them
Mino's
home.
got a lot in
Yeah.
here in his studio. Here.
I had to bring them home because the collection's too big. So we do bobbleheads and pops, man. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything. But again, man, thank y'all for tuning in. This is gonna be a good show. The trio is back, the three amigos in full effect on a Sunday morning. And man, there's a lot going on in sports, regardless of the holiday season upon us. There's a lot going on, a lot of good things going
a lot
on.
of football.
Yeah,
This is the most interesting month for football, man.
it is, man. It's getting down to the grind, and I know in fantasy there's playoffs, there's NFL's
Playoff
implications, and then
Bowl
even
season's coming.
high school football season. Yeah,
football,
so there was
state
some
championship.
Yeah, man, there's everything. So we'll just run off some quick scores. I know some local area schools that are making it. Highland Park, of course, Jerry Jones' grandson's the quarterback. They done whooped up on Denton Ryan 35-45, and that's a high scoring game.
State,
but
man, that's
they're going to
Man,
state.
I didn't catch the highlights of that game though, man.
You said
They
both
were
quarterbacks
playing,
going
They
right?
were playing good, man. Both quarterbacks were. I mean, they were throwing like some college, almost. You know, they're ready for some college ball.
Yeah.
Both of them.
If
He's
y'all
gonna
not
be a
from
threat.
Texas-
Jones is gonna be a threat.
Yeah, if y'all not from Texas, the high school play in Texas, some of these bigger schools is like watching a small college game, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to Highland Park for making it. We also got Manville and Angelon. They're 35-10. Then we have Aledo beating Mansfield Legacy 28-21. College Station and McCollum 49-21, which is another implication. Allen went on to move. That's another local school here.
That's awesome. Powerhouse. Big
Powerhouse.
time.
Yeah,
That's
they beat Cedar Ridge 20-7, and they.
Allen's been rolling in the playoffs.
And
Man. Cedar Ridge has been good.
Yeah, they've been knocking people out. Another big two-headed monster that played earlier this week was Katy and Austin Lake Travis. Those are two big schools. Lake Travis won 28-14, so it'll be Allen versus Lake Travis out there. That'd be a good
That's
final
gonna be
too.
a good
Yeah.
Right on, man. Go Allen.
Another couple of ones. Midway at Longview Midway ended up winning, and then Cy-Fair lost to Austin Westlake.
Yeah.
Or Cy-Fair beat Austin Westlake.
Yeah, big shout out to the
so,
local teams.
yeah, man.
Good luck to them.
Good
Highland
luck.
Park, Allen for sure would definitely
Right.
support you
Yeah.
guys.
You guys go on and win. Let them know that Sports Caves what drove y'all to
We're
get that
talking
win.
about y'all big time.
Speaking of local
Proud of
teams,
you guys.
shout out to Texas A&M Commerce.
Yeah,
national
A&M
champs,
Commerce,
Division
man.
3. That's nice, man.
Local
That's
school.
nice to
It's
put
about
them on
what?
the map. I had some boys that went from Garland to go play over there. That's dope.
About a good little, quick little drive from here. Not too long. Not too far
45
away.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, drive slow because they give tickets
Yeah,
out like
them
candy
boys
over
is out
there.
there. They go
like
them
candy on
loud.
Halloween. Yeah, bro. The troopers do
Right.
not play. But big shout out. I know that area's got to be popular. Right
Yeah,
now.
man.
Right.
And I think that's maybe their first one ever.
That's
Probably.
awesome. Has
I've
to
never
be.
heard of them winning.
I don't think so either, man. So shout out
right.
to A&M Commerce,
Speaking
man.
of college football, we do have college bowl season in effect now.
Yeah, bowl season started. I know.
It's
don't
not
know.
excited just yet,
I don't know if these are
Have
like
y'all
the
been
big,
all locked in?
Nah,
Not quite yet, right?
Not quite yet.
We had the New Orleans Bowl, Boise State taking on Oregon. Boise State coming with the win.
That was a tough little game. They were
yeah.
getting into it and everything. They were fighting on the field.
Locally, I mean, there was the Las Vegas Bowl. Troy beat UNT, North Texas, 50-30. Shout out to the UNT Eagles.
They had a great season.
They had a
either
great
way.
season. We have a lot of UNT ties. Jeff that came on the show, Will that's been on the show, Ronnie that calls in on the show all the time. But I mean, family, Christy, Chris. I mean, that's
All the
extended
Sanguinos,
family.
yeah.
All the singing, yeah.
Espinosa's
Tommy,
out there.
yeah, the Espinosa's. A lot of our family have gone through UNT. So
Someone else that went to
that's pretty
UNT is
awesome.
someone that you played in the playoffs in the Chubb League, Marvin.
Marvin, Marvin.
we'll get to that one in a
yeah, had
minute.
to, yeah, sorry, bro.
Shout out to
yeah, I
Marvin.
know Marvin
Sorry,
hates
man.
me right now. I love you, bro.
Yeah, man. So there was Marshall, Colorado State played. Marshall won 31-28. So not many big name bowl games, but that's just the beginning of it.
Right, that's
Just
not
getting
the-
started.
They're just working you into bowl season, then it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
get
can-
good and then better, and then of course
This week coming up in the following
playoff,
week,
man.
yeah.
The playoff is gonna be what the cream of the crop is, man.
Oof, man, I can't wait till them
We're
things
getting
come
there.
on, man. We're getting there, but
Yeah, man.
before we do move on.
Speaking. Oh, go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say
No,
before
go
we
ahead.
move on to the next segment, we just want y'all to make sure that y'all thank you for listening and watching the Sports Cave, which is only on #Champs. We want to remind you that you can see any of our previous episodes by visiting thesportscave.live.
Right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, speaking of playoffs, let's talk about fantasy football playoffs. Last
man.
week, we didn't get to really get into it too much. We
Let's
were
not.
missing Manny, and the
Manny's like,
D&J
no.
Empowerment
No,
guys
no,
were here.
no,
If you
no.
missed it, please
No,
check
no,
it
no,
out.
no, I
They're
wasn't
really about
ready.
some good stuff. These guys don't even want to
Hey
talk
man,
about
I'll talk
playoffs.
about it. I
Nah,
exactly.
we have to talk about it.
A lot of people, though, even at work, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that chirp and stuff all season long, and now it's been very quiet. And I feel like the only guy that watches
I
this
wasn't
series that
ready.
nobody else is
No,
watching
he
on
wasn't
my own
ready.
island. But I'm still in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's still
in the
playoffs.
Final Four.
I
Can we
mean,
get a redraft?
Shout out to anybody else that's left, especially in our Chubb League. Go ahead.
I know my place, and I know I'm at the bottom. I've been at the bottom. This has been a bad season. As I tell everybody that plays or watches our league, we have a curse. If you win the championship or you do good, next year you're down for a drought. You can ask Adolph. Look at our trophy. It's year win, and then nothing him, and then another win, and then he's off every other
11,
year.
13, 15.
Yeah, every other year. And then first place last year, our boy Lex, me and him are battling out for last place. So that lets you know the curse is real, man. So anybody in the Chug League that wins this year, I'm looking forward to you doing crappy next year. I'm battling Alexis for last place, so we'll see, man.
Yeah.
But I do care. I do pay attention. I see that the tough games that we had last week was the best game I've seen in the playoff was Alexis and Adolph and Marvin.
Bing, bing.
It was
Less than a point.
153.95 to 153.05.
0.05. Yeah. So I won by 0.9. So less than a point.
And to all you leagues out there that don't do, I know
Decimals. I've seen
decimals.
some tie situations come
you need to do a decimal
Will
fraction points. Man,
actually
Will
hit us
reached
up.
out to us and said, "I got a dilemma, ties." We've always since the beginning have done fraction of a points because those things matter in times like
Right.
this.
Decimals matter. And what's up, Darrell? Big shout out to y'all. I know if you were watching, you saw
mindset,
it.
man.
Straight up mindset. Thank you guys again for coming back, and we're ready to have y'all on whenever y'all are ready.
Yeah,
And
man.
big shout out to them. Doing big things, man.
Appreciate the day off.
yeah.
Vacation
Manny,
time.
I was always down to take the day off, so definitely appreciate y'all and your insight too. That was awesome. You can't beat that because we never got to play football like you did
Yeah, man.
that. So it's definitely awesome. What's up, Ronnie?
Ronnie's there.
And
Mr. Get Off My
yeah,
Yard.
Mr. Get Off My Lawn, right on cue. He's asking about Jason Garrett. Coaching
get there,
500
man.
ball, you know I don't like Garrett, so
He's done, bro.
if I could cut him off, I would be done. But hopefully we can win these last 3 games, and we'll see what happens from there.
And then back to the Chubb League, it's we got Carlos versus. We have 3 Mannies in
Carlos
our league. So
Watcher too. He
Yeah.
chimes in, so that's
Yeah.
good. It's
He's
paying
still
off
in.
for you, buddy.
Thanks for you.
And Manny
welcome for the
too,
picks.
who also watches and
Right,
tunes in
they're
and
both
chimes in
in.
with us.
You're
too.
playing the newcomer.
We bounce stuff off
Arsenio.
each other. Yeah, I got the new guy, Arsenio, in the
I can't
league.
wait till you knock his
I
ass
told you
out.
guys to watch out who y'all let in, and now he's in the Final Four.
Man, bro, he's
so
scared. He was shaking his boots at work. He was like,
That's
I don't
good.
know. He was like, I don't know.
It's
So-
that one-eyed mystique, man.
Yeah, man. Look, this guy wasn't even in the playoff run until like the week before.
Yes.
Gets in 6th place and makes a run.
That's how I
it
do.
happens, bro. That's the way it works, man. How's y'all's
You gotta
Injustice
have a
League
deep
going?
team and be able to make it adjustments. In the Injustice League, I happen to be in the Final Four also. So,
Hey.
I'm running for
I
that
took a
old
loss
Chicago.
in
We
the
got,
first round.
we got a lot on stake.
It's funny how Adolf's in the 2 commissioners are here for both leagues, and that fool was in the playoffs for both leagues. I'm not saying he's paying us off or anything. I'm just saying.
I just watch too much damn football. That's all that is, bro.
So how's that going?
That's going pretty well. I'm going against my uncle, Ricky.
It's the Gomez Bowl.
The Gomez Bowl, which
Hey.
I really think, you know how sometimes you get those matchups where it really seems like that's the championship, and then whoever's
Yeah,
going
that's
to win.
happened last
I think
year,
that's what
man.
it's. I
I
think
see
that's
that
what it's going to
too.
be too in this league. And then we also have Jalen, who's a new guy also. So again, be careful who you let in your league. Against Junior, who's. He was one of the top teams in the league, so but he's also going down lately. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, they got a
And that
pretty close
matchup, I'm
matchup,
looking
too.
pretty good. In the Chubb League, I'm not looking so good, but
And
hopefully, if I can win one, I'm not trying to be greedy.
Both leagues have implications for winners. If you win, you get was a year free pizza.
A year.
Both
Old
of them.
Chicago.
Old Chicago
Not just
pizza.
any pizza. Old Chicago.
You know,
pizza.
I doubted
I mean,
Chicago
y'all haven't
at
had it,
first. That's
bang.
good, man. That's
Deep dish.
that's a good pizza.
Deep
Right there,
dish
bro.
is good.
So Adolf,
Chubb life.
as your commissioners, I'm assuming we'll get first dibs on invites.
That's right.
Just bring both cards in case you win both leagues.
I'll
man.
take y'all once a month and let y'all fight amongst yourselves and
It's
see
like,
who
nah,
goes first.
I told him what our plan is. We're just one's gonna go to the bathroom, and the other one come sit down and get a slice, and then we'll just trade off and forth.
What you already got your plan. That's good, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good. Y'all wish me luck.
I am watching though. For y'all that don't watch, that are out, man, you should stay tuned to know what's going on in the league because
Right.
these are interesting matchups, and don't just be a sourpuss because you lost. Like everyone has a season. I knew from the beginning when I was losing bad that I'm probably not gonna do good. So
And
yeah,
for people who didn't make it, you should have watched more, and we could have bounced some more ideas.
yeah, man, you should have tuned in.
Yeah, but
But yeah, man, I don't know about. I know our league. I like the way it's set up personally. We do have 12 teams, so we start a week early on the playoffs, and most other leagues do. We get the bye week, and then
yeah,
we
most leagues are set up like our league.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
because
if-
that week 17, you never know. if they're
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
like
sitting
that week
people.
17, and then I like the bye week. I guess it's easier because we have more teams. But man, yeah, shout out to all the fantasy football players out there that are in the playoffs. and the
Everybody
hunt,
that's still
man.
pumps up, that's
Right.
still pumped up and
I'm
still
ready.
I hope
cares.
all
I am
y'all
still-
lose.
I don't know.
hope all y'all lose.
I know.
You sound like me this morning, bro.
NFL ratings have probably gone down because of
Yeah,
people like
because of-
these
yeah,
guys.
Nah, man, I'm watching. I actually pay
stay
attention.
tuned.
Yeah, we
I'm
stay
still
tuned.
tuning up my roster because I still don't want to end up in last place in any other league.
Nah, man,
I
I've been
gotcha.
dropping fools and like, who do people need? Running back. I'm picking up running back. Y'all can't get nobody.
I mean, it's been an interesting week, though. I mean,
Yeah, it
and then
has.
when you put everything in perspective, Aaron Rodgers is coming back this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
Off
and
of
then
injury.
uses
You know-
that he's not even 100%.
Yeah, a lot of
but-
people are getting scared already. All these memes, and I was like, I get it.
Absolutely.
He's Aaron Rodgers, but
Man, my neighbor's a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, and I
Yeah.
asked him, hey, Roger, his name is Roger, by the way.
Shout out,
Hey,
Roger.
What up, Roger? He's like, hey, I was like, hey, are you excited? No, I think we shouldn't let him play because the season's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you have a chance, though. You have
You're still
a
in the
chance,
hunt.
and that's all you need with this dude. You know what I mean? Even in an emergency situation, a Hail Mary type of situation, that's all he needs. So
Well, yeah,
I would,
he's the
I would
best
go
at
with
that,
Rodgers.
though.
He's a
Yeah, throw him
competitor.
out there. Let him get it hurt.
Let it,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm cool
see
with
what
that, too.
happens,
I'm
man.
cool with that, too,
I mean,
man.
the season's gonna be over anyway, so I think you should at least see what he happens. And I happen to have him on my team on the Injustice League, so it may be a little biased. But I have seen even like experts like Matthew Berry saying he's a top 4
yeah, he's got that
quarterback
factor
at the
issue,
position
man.
right
He's-
now for fantasy. So I mean, I'm going with him over Cam Newton today, and I cut Kirk Cousins because I was no faith in him. So
Yeah, they're
I'm all in
kinda
on
up and-
Rodgers.
yeah,
I think
they're
he's going to
done.
be doing some damage. And then somebody on the contrary, Wentz is out
Ooh,
for the
good
season.
thing I'm not in the playoffs.
So what do y'all think about Philadelphia's
I don't
Super
think-
Bowl chances now?
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl now.
You think they're
I don't
done?
know. Nick Foles is decent, but I don't think he
But he's
has
not
that
Super Bowl
Wentz.
Been a
decent,
few
though.
Yeah,
years.
he doesn't have that Wentz factor that Wentz will just find a way to muscle it. And I don't think
MVP
Nick
type
Foles. Yeah, Nick Foles lost his
status.
job for a reason.
Oh, there's a definite
Yeah.
drop off. You know,
Yeah.
it's just to see how deep they are,
I
and
think-
if they put themselves in a good position to make it not their road not so tough.
Yeah, we thank Seattle for exposing the Eagles because the last 2 weeks they just been struggling. And then of course, I mean, and then maybe not so much of a struggle, but the Rams played them really well, and I mean they held on with them too. So they definitely put up points against them. So it's not I don't think it's the
They're
same
definitely
thing. Yeah.
beatable now.
They're beatable and not scared. Like, oh man, we got to play the Eagles now.
Like, you
which-
know, when they had Wentz, you know, they were going to be a high-powered offense that moved the ball up and down the field. They still have a great defense, which is going to help. They have a good running game, which always helps, you know, a backup quarterback when you have a good running game. But
yeah, they
it's
did play a
just-
tough Rams
as
team.
far
last
as
week,
like,
so.
you know, consistency at the quarterback position, though, it's not going to be Wentz. You know, when you have Foles back there, you're going to have problems here and there. He was not going to be able to read as good as Wentz does. You know, Wentz does a lot of picking up of the blitzes, you know, at the line.
He's been awesome.
So-
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
those
to
are-
Wentz
Those
for a good
adjustments
game.
is that what wins the game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it sucks to see him go out like that, but you know that's been a trend this year.
Yeah.
Big players, you know,
Right.
going out, and I mean,
No.
look
And
at
it didn't
Houston.
look bad, but it
The
was
all-pro
it was-
injury
yeah.
team, man.
Yes,
You know what? We need to recap
but
that for the season's done. The
We
All-Pro
really do.
injury team because
Yeah.
there's a lot of good players on there that finished the season way too early, and it's just
Yeah.
that one of them years, man. I don't know if that has to
Right,
do
and
with
it sucks-
conditioning. And all
Yeah,
that.
it sucks for fantasy owners too that have had him
Oh yeah, that
going,
could,
and
one,
he's been
one star
rolling.
player can really, you
Yeah.
know, going down can really
Yeah.
just shut
Like,
the team down.
Yeah, my cousin-in-law, shout out to Jeremiah, and thank you for watching. He had Wentz, and now he had to roll with Stafford yesterday.
Well, he put up
so
20, 23, I think. So it's
yeah,
not bad.
yeah, it's not bad.
But
But
it's
not
Wentz has the
Wentz.
capability of going and put out 40.
Right, yeah,
So,
there's a drop off big time.
drop-off, so.
Yeah, and then with Stafford, you never know. Like he's a good quarterback, but
Yeah,
fantasy wise,
you
it's
go
hard
from
to trust.
you go from he only got me 23. There, I'm glad he got me 23.
Yeah.
Right, big time. Big
Yeah, that's
time.
that's a big change, especially if
a
you're
higher
in the
floor,
hunt still
yeah.
fighting for that spot because that's a big.
These are crucial
That's
weeks, man.
that was a every week. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm sure starting wins no matter who they play.
Right,
So,
yeah, it's hard. It is,
I'm out, so I don't.
Yeah,
know.
it's hard to
And
keep
then you
up with
think-
this
and then you
stuff
think
during the
about,
holidays
you know,
too. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You
You
think
know?
about how it's gonna affect, you know, his wide receiver, his tight ends and stuff
Yeah,
too.
bro.
You know what I
Ertz
mean? Ertz was eating all season.
all season.
right?
You know, so we'll
Yeah.
see how it affects him.
Yeah, and
We'll
Trey
know this
Burton
week.
stepped up though big time. He's looking good over there. So they had some good.
Does
tight
that
ends
make them
step up.
lose that first round bye?
No, I think they're
I
still
think
going to
they'll
get it.
but
Yeah,
I don't know if they go
They
past
got a
that.
cakewalk. Yeah, I think it helps Dallas's chances for that last game. So that's something big picture I'm thinking
Yeah,
about.
we need to win all three. Our implications are tight, so
But it's possible.
It's possible, and that
saying
helps
there's
us.
a
out.
chance.
There's a chance, man, and that might just give us that edge to just be like, well, you don't have to worry about Wentz tearing us up like they did the first game, but we'll see, man. It's there's a lot of implications, and Fournette's rolled out for the day too.
Yeah, that sucks for me. I have him in 2 leagues, both of my leagues that I really need him in. He's been rolling when he's been playing. He's one of the most productive backs. He's a top 5 back. So that's going to
Easily.
hurt my chances. I have to roll with Kerwin Williams. He's been doing okay, but he is no Leonard
He's
Fournette.
not Leonard Fournette,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's no top 5 back. So we'll see how that
Yeah, it
goes.
sucks, bro.
And Lamar Miller, I have to roll with him for
Well,
sure now.
He did
He's been
pretty good.
okay. There
he
could
put
be
up
worse.
15 in my PPR.
Yeah.
Or no, standard league he put up 15. So
Right.
I picked him up last minute. Not bad.
And I have Mike Davis in my flex because of that too, because I don't trust any of my receivers.
Right.
So I'm rolling with those type of names later on in the season, but that's what you have to do to stay in the playoffs, guys. So take notes.
So there has been already some games this week.
Yeah, we
We've
started
actually had
early, man.
Three already.
Yeah, it was weird. This Saturday games caught me off guard.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
you
I
text me
didn't
like,
even
oh
know.
crap, there's games today.
Like, what is going on? I
So
just
the first
didn't
game
even realize.
Thursday,
Thursday.
Denver at Indy, that was a decent game.
It turned out better than I thought.
I
caught some of it.
I caught some of it too. C.J. Anderson put up some numbers for me. He's the one I'm thinking that not Lamar Miller who put up 15
It is an
points.
appearance by him.
Yeah.
He's been quiet.
quiet.
Did you had him starting?
I did start. I was thinking Lamar Miller, but for some reason it was C.J. Anderson that I picked up
Right.
because Tevin Coleman was out. So I was kind of reluctant to start him, but I was like, it's Indy. Let's maybe give it a shot. I'm surprised he's still available. And he ended up putting up 15 in the standard
Right,
in the standard
somebody
league.
got frustrated with him and dropped
yeah,
him.
dropped him. So
yeah, he's been
So who was brave
enough
enough to stream Brock the Rock Osweiler?
yeah, I don't know if
Nah,
anybody
the damn
started
person. No one.
Hey, if y'all know
Nobody.
anybody that started him and got some points, y'all call in and let us know. We'll
Right.
give him
You
a shout
better
out.
send a
Show
picture
us
to
the
prove
proof.
it.
Yeah, I
for
need to see a
sure.
proof.
For sure, yeah. Trevor Siemian out for the season. He
Yeah,
left the game in the first quarter. Yeah, so and
Whew,
you just
man.
there's so many question marks there in
Simeon
Denver.
doesn't leave the game. Do they win still?
No, I wouldn't have had faith in them. Any of those guys.
man.
Paxton Lynch is banged up, so they're really going to need to address that in the draft.
Yeah,
they need a quarterback. Paxton Lynch's not the answer.
He's not that
I'm
dude.
so glad we
He
didn't get
hasn't
him.
even really started and already
Yeah,
can't
I'm
play.
really glad the Cowboys did
Yeah,
not get
thank
him
you
to Eagles
for-
Point.
Thank you. Shout out to the Broncos, man.
Good job,
Thank you,
guys.
Broncos.
You're the real MVP
Team-
of last
Team Dak.
season.
Team Dak all the way.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Even though he's
Demaryius-
struggling. Yeah.
Demaryius Thomas had a decent game,
Yeah.
5 for 59. Emmanuel Sanders has dropped off the face of the earth. He's
Yeah,
not
he
even
was
worth
dropped.
mentioning. I dropped him on the
Me
team.
too, a long
He
time
had
ago.
like 13 points on Thursday, though.
But man, he's still like you just
Yeah.
can't
Just
count.
one
on him,
out of
though.
how many weeks?
I think what hurts him is the quarterback play, though. It's not him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he has been getting injured, too, though. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
when he does play, though, I don't think it's on him.
Man, Jacoby
Honestly.
Brissett is looking terrible. 17 for 30,
Terrible.
158 yards.
Yeah, Jack
He
Doyle's
is
highlight was
who
like
we thought he
47 yards.
was.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They're going back
Gore's
to
looking
Indy.
old.
What are they gonna do with Andrew Luck? Man, is he ready to come back next
There's
season, man? I don't
rumors
know.
he might not
there's
ever
rumors he
play
might not
again, bro.
play no
That's
more, man.
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I don't think he's even gonna play. What's up, Joel? He says Hulk smash. She's loving that Hulk,
Yeah.
Mina. The Hulk smash.
Got one for sale for
bro.
100.
On the
Right,
low,
on the
low.
low.
Seaway. man.
Yeah, so that was a decent game. It wasn't very interesting. There's no implications there. Both teams have been struggling all
I know
year.
uniforms for the Broncos are
Man,
horrible.
Man,
I
I
do
don't
not
know
like
about the
the
color
color rush.
rush.
Yeah,
I like their helmets. That they had throwback Denver helmets.
I mean,
Those are
there has
cool,
been
those
some
were
color
nasty,
rush,
though.
but that orange like
Orange.
that, man,
There's
that's
some
caca
there's
orange.
some suspect.
Caquita orange.
They're like you
Oh.
ate too many habaneros the night before. Chorro.
Too many hot Cheetos, maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
man, it was bad. But we'll move on to the next game.
There was one Saturday afternoon.
It was one at 3:30. It was Chicago against the Lions. We were rooting for Chicago to get the Lions. That one loss they need for us to get in, and they failed miserably.
Yeah, they didn't do
very
much. Their
miserably.
offense is torn.
It's
It's
like
bad.
it's like you never know what the Bears what's gonna show up. Like last week they show up and tear up the Bengals.
Yeah.
Then they come and get tore by the Lions. So
Well, we knew the Lions have a decent offense, and Matt Stafford has had some injury issues, and
they've
he's
been the same way though.
100%.
They've been inconsistent. You
But
don't know.
they've been inconsistent. But they have a decent chance of putting. We're just one of those games where maybe Chicago does the same thing they've been doing, surprises
Yeah.
us, and we need this. We need Denver. We need Detroit to lose a game, and this one wasn't it.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, Detroit's actually a pretty decent team when they're running when they're running their offense efficiently. They're pretty a pretty legit team. I think they're just like one legit running back away from being a true playoff team, man.
Yeah, I needed a big game from Jordan Howard, and the matchup was there, but he didn't really produce that big game, so it hurt me.
Last week he helped you out big time.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
week he
man.
got me where I'm at now.
Yeah, and-
so I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
But he put up like 10 points, I think.
That's
but it's
when,
still
on,
not
a, on
too
a bad day. That's not bad.
That's not
So,
too bad. But the expectation was a little higher. I needed him to do a little better, but it's all good.
Yeah,
so,
Trubisky threw 3 interceptions.
yeah. That's why though. He's
Slayed.
not a threat. You know what I
getting
mean?
slayed out there.
There's no threat in the passing game, so yeah, Trubisky's not looking like
He was getting that
he-
Game of
he should
Thrones
be-
Bannister out there.
He's not earning that price tag that
Yeah,
they got him for
man.
right now, so it's not looking so good in Chicago. We'll see what they do about
Right.
that.
Come
on,
I mean,
man.
he's young, so they're gonna give him.
They
some
need
time
a wide
to-
receiver too, though. They don't have no legit
They
wide
need
receiver.
some weapons.
They don't have
You got
weapons, bro.
Inman, yeah, he's not.
They don't have. Who's their tight end?
Zach
well,
Miller got hurt.
Yeah, after Miller went down, it's
That's
like,
exactly. Who
It's
is
like
it?
who? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you know.
So that game wasn't too exciting either. So we'll move on to the
Yeah,
exciting game. Of the-
Chicago's eliminated.
Yeah,
Detroit's
Chicago's-
very much in the wild card.
They're
hunt.
still there. We need that loss though. So
So last night's game,
last night game was. Whew,
Battle of the West.
the West is
Yeah.
crazy right now, man. And the Chargers. I thought the Chargers were going to go in there and handle business, but
They have been rolling.
yeah, Kansas City. They've had their off weeks. Yesterday they were back in form, back to
Yeah,
what
when
they
they're
used
on,
to
they're
be.
on. But
Kareem Hunt was
Man.
looking awesome, looking like he was earlier on in the season.
I had Tyreek Hill, and he put up 15 points.
Oh yeah,
Not bad.
All
not
he
bad.
needs one play, right?
Yeah,
He had
man.
one
68-yard
Kareem
touchdown.
Hunt-
Yeah, I had
Kareem
him
Hunt
too.
broke the record
I had
for
him and
touchdowns
winning.
for the Chiefs.
Hurts.
The Chiefs record for touchdowns by a rookie.
What? That's pretty awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The Chiefs been drafting well for a long time, so that's
Right.
remarkable. He's been doing good.
Phillip
yeah.
Rivers look like Phillip Rivers the old.
Yeah, Rivers.
3 picks.
Dude, he's starting. I hate to say it. Manny and I were talking on the way here. He's starting to remind me kind of like of Tony Romo, like just at those last. I love Romo, and I know
Desperation
don't kill me
plays.
for that, Cowboys fans. But yeah, those last interceptions and stuff, like
Like
you
you're
just
trying to
can't
too
count on
much,
him.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
dude.
you can't blame
I
him
wasn't
for
believing
trying,
in
but-
San Diego, or I keep saying San Diego in Los Angeles. Chargers at the beginning of the
Man,
season.
we'll call him
and
San
they're
Diego,
still
man. Don't
there.
worry about it, bro.
Yeah, and Kansas City's now just one win away to win the AFC West. So
Yeah, I was thinking the
I like their
Chargers are back
chances.
on the roll, man. But coming back to our initial picks of the season, but man, yesterday was I don't know.
Right.
Kansas is back on the roll, man.
Yeah,
They have more to play for.
Keenan Allen had a decent game, 5 for 54, but him getting carted off at the end of the game was huge.
Right.
Another
Like,
injury,
that's their
man.
big weapon. Like if he goes out, then
You really got.
they have no more chances.
I mean, yeah, Melvin Gordon can't.
I don't
do it all
like
for
the
you,
chances.
man.
Yeah,
Right.
Tyrell Williams is okay, but he's not that dude. He's not Keenan Allen, so
Yeah.
it's a big drop off in that. So that's something to watch out for the Chargers.
So that one's Chargers 13, Kansas City 30. I mean, that was man.
It
That
wasn't
was
even close.
yeah. That got ugly quick, but.
Well, that
there-
was 3 of the
Kareem
AFC
Hunt,
West teams.
155 rushing yards and 51
Oh,
receiving
man.
yards, dude. 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, man. So the standings are. Thank you for printing these out, man. They're nice.
problem,
They're
man.
laid out right here.
Thank you, sir.
So the Steelers are clinched, and they're 11-2. Man, the Titans and the Bills are fighting over for the wild card right now, but there's a lot of teams in the hunt still. I mean, the Chargers are still in it, the Ravens are still in it, the Raiders, the Dolphins not so much, the Jets, and then I do want to mention the Bengals. They're down at the bottom. And what did you give us? Did you want to give them news about the Bengals for
So
the folks tuning in?
I didn't 100% call it at the beginning of the season, but I do believe episode 2, I did say that the Bengals were going to end up firing Marvin Lewis as their head coach. He ain't quite fire him, but he chose to end his career with the Bengals at the end of the season. They just announced it this morning per Adam Schefter from ESPN. He is walking away from the team at the end of this year, so
Done.
he knew he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
That's all it was. He was
That's
just
what's up.
saving face.
I mean, not only
No.
you, Michael Sean too has talked about it. So y'all guys are like coming off the bench, shooting them long threes
Yeah,
and stuff,
man.
clutch threes. That's exactly what that is. Y'all
Been
are
calling
calling
it
those
since
shots.
episode 2, man.
Yeah,
He's
we
been
got the
calling-
video to prove it. So
Look
we'll
at
find
We
it
know
out.
a little bit about what we're talking about.
That's
We're not
what's up.
we're just not talking out of our rear ends like nothing.
Yeah, so
No,
that's
good.
been
I mean,
coming.
Yeah, bro.
been
It's time
proof.
for a change
been
over there. They got
fire
too much
here.
talent, and they're not utilizing that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're seeing what's going on in their division, and Pittsburgh's running away with
And
it.
like Manny has said it, every year they're in the hunt. They just can't get over that hump, and it's the same things over and over and over again. I mean, I'm sure he knew what's coming though, because it was he got saved with that coordinator.
I think they next year, depending on who they get as a coach, it'll be a team that'll be revitalized. You know, they should have a good draft, depending on how they end up in the in the standings. But I mean, they still have a lot of talent over there for whatever coach they end up
Yeah,
with.
man.
Is going to have a good chance to come and do some in the league right away.
He's
Yeah.
not rolling in.
So, I
he's
mean,
not
they
rolling
got-
in coaching the Browns. right off the
even
bat.
though Mixon right now is hurt, with the concussion and all, they have players over there. They are able to win. I think to me, they just needed a new coach. man.
Right, they're not quite yet eliminated, but at 5-8, they're pretty
They're
low
pretty
down
much
there on the
down.
totem pole, and it doesn't get any easier
Yeah,
today
the-
against Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
So-
the other division leader-
Mathematically, you can say
Yeah.
they're not out, but we know
Pretty
they're
much,
out.
yeah.
I skipped the other division leader. The Patriots, Jaguars, and Chiefs are all leading their division. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier. We can go ahead and talk about that game if you guys want. Cincy at Minnesota.
Yeah, we can go there, man.
We'll go there and start covering some games
Right.
because we're in the AFC. This is, I don't know what's going to be one to watch, a must watch, but I think Minnesota should have a pretty easy
Let's just
time.
say Minnesota's like
Yeah.
minus 11 points. You
Damn,
favor that much?
that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Minnesota they're leading their division, so they're up there. They're not going to cakewalk it up there.
And coming off of loss, they're going to be hungry too, man. They're going to come in there and do something to the Bengals.
Shout out to Thielen, who's been beasting all year. I got him in one of my
Nice.
leagues, man.
Case Keenum's been
Yeah, Case
beasting,
Keenum
man.
has gotten him the ball, were doubting him at the beginning. And, man, the defense has stepped up. I think Cincy takes this one pretty easy. Like, I'm sorry, loses this one pretty easy. Yeah,
Vikings sitting at 10-3. Yeah, they're nice. They've been rolling, man. So they're a definite
Actually, up to
threat
12
in the
and a half
NFC.
now.
So
update the lines moved.
The lines moved up to 12
They
and a
gave him
half.
another point.
in case you
Meaning
need to make a
everybody's
call.
betting on the Vikings.
Yeah.
One phone call. So
Yeah.
let's see
Let
what
me call
happens.
my name before it goes up to 13 and a half.
Let's see,
All
bro.
right. I guess
I'm going with Minnesota on
Minnesota
that
on
one
that
for
Me
sure.
too. All
I don't
in
think there's
on-
even
on
much
their
to
web-
argue
At least
on
with
this one.
Thielen. Yeah,
Thielen
I mean
goes
AJ
with
Green's
the-
definitely somebody you would start.
McKinnon's questionable. He's been kind of not so much of a big push lately.
Yeah, Dalton's somebody I'd be scared to start
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
game against Minnesota.
Yeah, Xavier.
Definitely the running game.
Against
is
the
Mixon
receivers.
playing? Do you guys know?
He said it's
No, he's out.
He's out.
Okay, he's
He's
out.
out.
So
So,
Gio
yeah, that-
Bernard's gonna be there.
It really gives you nothing other than Gio Bernard and man, I don't know. They got Minnesota's corners and secondaries top notch at some time.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
The way the Bengals played against Chicago last week, they're going to get
Yeah.
done in by the Vikings.
And
I
as
think
we
so,
say
too.
that, watch it. Something else happen.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been that kind of season,
It's been
though.
that kind of season, though. Yeah. So
We'll see, but
I'm still rolling with Minnesota.
Minnesota's
pretty
trying to
easy.
get out there, trying
Duff's
to get
gonna
that
be
bye.
happy.
Yeah, they definitely got some
Right.
stakes on the line too. I think they're gonna show out on them.
Minnesota
Stephon
has
Diggs,
more
I
to
can
play
see
for.
Stephon Diggs going off
Yeah.
on them too. And
Yeah,
Vontaze
Minnesota
Burfict's
took-
not playing, so that's definitely big for Cincinnati.
Minnesota took a
defense.
big loss against Carolina last week, and even then they still had a chance through the whole
That was a good game,
You know,
man,
they were going back and forth. Carolina's a tough team this year, but Minnesota's been, they were in that game. They just got killed by who else overrated Cam Newton. How Ronnie likes to put it, he sealed the deal at the end of that game with like an 80-yard run. So.
Yes.
Minnesota's was a tough team though, man. Don't get it twisted. I think coming off a loss, they know that Cincinnati's not a great team. They're gonna go in there and just kind of mollywop them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ronnie. He said it. Steven's watching with him, his brother. He's at his
What's
mom's
up,
house.
Steven? Air
Steven,
Force.
Mr.
Shout out,
What's up?
Steven.
Mr. Net Neutrality. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, Steven.
man. Real issues. Ronnie
Real
is
issues.
worried about the real issues. He knows we're talking about
We
on
know
that
what he's talking
Facebook
about.
conversation.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. We got to make sure our stuff is legit, man. We can't be losing no data like that.
Yeah, man.
All right. I guess let's jump into division leaders in the NFC before we move on to the other games, and that way we don't forget about it.
Yeah.
The Eagles are clinched. Vikings are leading the division. The Rams are leading their division, and the Saints are in the South. As of now, the
Yeah, they're
wild card
tied
stands.
with Carolina,
yeah.
man. So watch out.
As of now, the wild card stands as the
The
Panthers and the
Falcons are
Falcons.
8-5, right behind them
Yeah,
too.
and
So
the
that
hunt
South
is
is stacked.
Yeah, that South is looking like the AFC West, man.
Right. You might have 3 playoff teams. If it was to end today, they would have.
If it was
3
in today,
playoff
they'd
teams.
have 3. And then the Seahawks, Lions, Packers, and the Cowboys. I'm going to say we're still in the hunt. I know it looks a little bit.
We got to win all
We
3.
have a
man.
slim
We
chance.
need some things to happen.
We just have to
some
take
teams
care of
to get
ours.
banged up.
We got to take care of ours and have some teams lose, and the Bears didn't help us out.
Right.
So, man, it's looking like a tough race still, too, because the Seahawks and the Falcons are just right in there, right at 8-5. So the Lions are the same way. We'll see how the Packers and the Cowboys do today, but the Redskins are eliminated.
That's
You're out.
good.
Bucks are out, the Bears are out, Niners are out, and the Giants, you're
This
out.
guy. And also on the AFC side, the Broncos, Texans, Colts, and Browns are all
Yeah,
out.
sorry.
Just in case you didn't know. So
The NFC
alert.
East
Right.
rivals, I got to let them know they're officially out.
yes,
Never lost.
this guy.
Moving on, I guess we can go to the next game on our list, Miami at Buffalo. Doesn't sound like an exciting game, but Buffalo is still in the hunt.
Miami's been looking better, or they looked better last week against
Yeah.
New England.
That
And
Buffalo game last week, though. in
That
the
would
snow,
look like the most
man,
fun ever.
Right.
That was
The Snow
Bowl.
Angels, man, that looks so much
That's
fun.
when you want to play
That
football.
was a
man.
Right.
crazy
It's the
game.
definition of football when you see
I
that
don't
type
even
of
see
game.
how they were thrown in that game. You couldn't even see.
I was
Yeah, they're
thankfully
making
I
it
had
happen,
Shady,
man.
man.
They lost their quarterback. Nathan Peterman
Ooh, that
went
hit
out.
was
Joe
late.
Webb went
Yeah.
in and did his thing, man. And they won. Buffalo won.
I thought it was
Shady had a
Kelvin
nice
Benjamin
game.
got him a touchdown.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was a Kelvin Benjamin sighting.
Man, it was a good game though. This week I think Buffalo keeps rolling. They're right there in the wild card hunt. Miami's
Miami's
not
always
exciting.
known to do bad in Buffalo during the cold time, so they don't like playing up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough. Oh
gonna be
man,
tough.
yeah,
I'm going
definitely
with
going
Buffalo on
Buffalo.
this one.
Big running game, and the weather is. I don't know if the weather's gonna be a factor, but
You know those divisional games are going to be tough. I think Buffalo's got a better running game, even though Kenyon Drake has been coming on pretty good lately.
Yeah.
I just don't see Miami
Not enough, man.
going into the cold. That for some reason they just do bad in the cold. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, to me, Miami got a little lucky. To me, the way I see it against New England, I'm rolling with Buffalo. Definitely
Buffalo. Shady's
we'll
a good start. He had a good game in the snow last week for me.
As far as their outside weapons, I'm not really too happy. I mean, maybe Jarvis Landry for Miami side, maybe Drake, like y'all said.
Yeah.
Might be somebody to go with. And what's up, Steven and Ronnie's mom said hi. Thank you. Hi, Mom. Thank you for putting me out and not letting me catch fire a long time ago. It's a long story, but thank you. Hello. Miss those tamales.
Hey, what's up with tamales?
Right? Those hondureño tamales, those are off the chain, bro. If you have not tried those, everybody needs to try some. But, yeah, man. Next game, Green Bay at Carolina.
That one's a one to watch.
Aaron Rodgers.
Can it just end in
as we mentioned, it's going to be tough, man. Manny and I were debating on who we want to win this game.
Yeah, this is a hard one to choose, man. And then I know Ronnie's going to call in. We know who Ronnie doesn't want to win.
Right, a tie.
A tie would be great.
Right, so that's going to be tough. But Rodgers back, that's huge for the Packers. Their offense, Jordy Nelson, might have some relevance again.
Right.
Man, I can't bet against Rodgers in this situation. They got to win out too. So, and you've seen him do it before under bad circumstances.
Yeah.
I know he's coming off a collarbone, but
I mean, he did it with a.
The Panthers to me been too up and down too. So I don't trust them. What do you guys think? Or who do you think?
I have to ride Carolina on this one just because I know Aaron Rodgers is back, but he's not 100%. And to me, Carolina defense does a good job of getting to the quarterback. They cause turnovers.
Get a lot of sacks.
They did get some turnovers against the Minnesota. And Minnesota's been a great team. And I don't know. They're playing in Carolina. Carolina's, fighting for a playoff chance just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Cam Newton's been, doing pretty good. Last game he had that big old 80-yard run to seal the deal.
Right. Green Bay's defense is not that good.
Green Bay's run defense is not that great.
Yeah.
So Christian McCaffrey's been doing, as a wide receiver,
man. Hating on him all day. Yeah, he's been doing good though. He's been killing it. Like he was one of my sleeper picks earlier on in the year, and he's been paying off. Like he's been steady, and he's been getting better as the year goes on. And that's huge for a running back because a lot of times by this time of the year, a lot of them are dealing with injuries or there's a committee, but he's taking his role. Winded. And shout out to Jonathan Stewart too, though. He had a big game last game, 3 touchdowns. I know nobody probably started him either in the playoffs, but this dude, Superman, the touchdown, that was awesome. One of the best touchdowns you'll see this year. So
this is a tough one.
It is tough to call, man. Y'all are making me lean towards Carolina now, but I don't know. I'm going with Green Bay just because.
I'm gonna roll with Carolina.
Rodgers, man.
I'm gonna go with Carolina.
I hate him, but I respect the crap out of that dude.
I know he's coming back, and someone mentioned in the chat maybe he's a little bit scared coming back, re-injure that shoulder. I think he's not 100% yet, and I think they're only gonna roll him out because they are in the hunt. I think Carolina has a lot more to play for. Their defense can contain. I think Cam will have a good game because I think he's going to have to run more than he normally does again, and he can do it against Green Bay. I'm rolling with Carolina on this one.
Yeah. From what
I would hope they lose.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I want both of them to lose.
I wish they would both tie. Yeah, that'd be great, but I think Carolina edges it out.
Yeah,
who do we need? Who do we need for the Cowboys?
Both.
Yeah.
See, it's tied.
Green Bay's more like in our range.
Yeah, the range. Carolina.
Carolina still has a chance to win their division. So, I mean, if they were to win and they were to win their division, it wouldn't hurt us as much.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at this.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
I guess. I'm still rolling with Carolina, I guess.
Yeah, either way, we got to keep winning. Yeah, but they're saying Rodgers was ready last week, but due to the IR rules, he wasn't able to play. So, I don't know. I'm rolling with Green Bay. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You never know, man. Moving on, Baltimore at Cleveland.
Oh, man. Right, snoozer.
Yeah.
It's Cleveland, so automatically every week in my pick'em, they're my what team scores the lowest.
Yeah, they've been doing better though.
They've been getting better, but
Deshaun Kaiser's been doing better. He's been one of the better.
Right, Josh Gordon.
Yeah, Josh Gordon paid off last week for me and my fantasy team, man.
Hey, I was skeptical of him coming back.
I had to pick him up. The first week I didn't play him because I was being hesitant, but he's back, dude.
He's quick still.
He's dominating. Yeah, his size and speed, ability.
He's hard to cover.
Yeah, man, he's a nightmare.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a beat.
He did kill it on Green Bay's defense, though, so that's not a good defense, but. Baltimore is set to be missing Jimmy Smith, their best cornerback, so he should have a nice
They have
day
a
today.
chance.
Yeah.
They have a chance, but with all that said, I still think Baltimore's gonna.
Right
Baltimore's
on,
still
Duke
fighting for
Johnson's.
that wild card. Also, they're only like a game behind. Baltimore's got the better defense than Cleveland. Cleveland, don't get me wrong though, they've got improvements. They're a team that's gonna make a splash in the draft again next year. They got quite a bit of fucking. I'm sorry. They got quite a bit of free agency
Just let it
money.
go.
Don't worry, we got a disclaimer we got to put on that
I think
one
they
now.
It's that passion.
Cue it up, man.
I think they got the most money for free agency than all the other teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
They have a lot of salary money this year. So.
They do, man.
But this year, they're not doing much. They find ways to lose every game.
Don't they? Oh, man. They were. I was thinking Cleveland's about to win. No.
Yeah,
No,
they're
there it
disappointed.
is.
They're playing.
There it is.
They're playing,
Yeah, they're the Mavericks of the NFL.
Wow.
They were playing. What's that? Jackpot. Throw the ball in the
they're
air. What are you
teasy.
doing, man?
They look good in the first half, the third quarter, maybe.
They've got
but
some
by
good
the fourth,
pieces.
find
Their
a way.
They do got some good pieces.
Their
there,
defense
man.
is okay. It's not great, but I think a couple more pieces, either in free agency or in the draft, and then they can get some more talent on the offensive side with Josh Gordon, coming back.
Yeah.
Coleman's been okay too. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt for the majority of the year, so I think with a fresh start next year with him and Josh Gordon, and depending on what they do in free agency and in the draft, they're going to be a lot better team next year for sure.
Yeah, and as far as Baltimore goes, would y'all start Alex Collins for sure?
Yeah,
have
Alex
to start
Collins
him.
has been good, man.
And then Macklin, I don't know. They've been
I
so
don't
up and
know.
down. Wallace has been so up
Cleveland
and
has
down.
a decent front four, front
Flacco,
line.
Yeah, they've
but
been getting run on lately, though.
They've been getting. Yeah, it kind of has
They started out
lackluster.
stronger,
For all
yeah.
that money they play Flacco, man, that dude.
That fool's
Yeah,
inconsistent,
man.
bro.
They
Like
need-
bad.
Too
I don't know if I
inconsistent.
can trust it.
Fine.
I mean, it is Cleveland, and you probably get some passing yards, but tight end play may take an effect. But yeah, you start your main guy. But Flacco, if you don't have to start him, I still don't trust him against Cleveland, as how bad
Right.
it is. But I think Baltimore still pulls the win out. I don't know. It's just this is a game that I
I'm
don't
going
even care
with
to
Baltimore.
watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because Baltimore has more on the line in this game.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't see Cleveland beating
should
Baltimore.
be
this
trying to
one.
go for that first round draft pick.
Yeah, Cleveland, just keep it there, but just pick somebody that you need. It's like quarterbacks.
Don't get another quarterback.
Yeah, you don't.
Develop a quarterback.
Every year it's a quarterback.
We'll
It don't
see
work.
what
It's
happens.
done in a year.
Right.
We'll move on to the next game. It's not any
Yeah.
more exciting.
I
but
just confirmed T.J. Yates will be starting for the Houston Texans.
there you
Wow.
go.
So-
So Houston at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is gonna eat him up.
Man.
Their defense is gonna eat
Jacksonville
T.J.
is
Yates.
for real, y'all.
I
got-
like Jacksonville.
If
this
y'all
year.
didn't watch
Two
Jacksonville
corners.
against Seattle last week, Jacksonville's for real, y'all.
Them boys are not playing this year.
Them boys are
Yeah,
not playing.
Jacksonville's
with-
not gonna have Leonard Fournette, so that's gonna hurt. But they're still gonna.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's been
they
a
have
couple games
Ivory,
he missed.
T.J. Yeldon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
they got,
Ivory.
they
Ivory's
got
a big
good running
back.
backs, dude.
Yeah, man. So Houston has been like, they've been falling off.
The only consistent player in Houston has been Bernard Hopkins, man.
That's it.
DeAndre Hopkins. I'm
DeAndre.
sorry.
He's been hurt though too.
Fight night.
Yeah.
so-
He put me
DeAndre's
out of
been
the
hurt.
playoffs last week.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man, that sucks.
Yeah.
With his injury?
No, I'm saying with how many points he scored last week.
I got you. Okay.
If it wasn't for him, that was basically how he beat me
Oh man.
last week.
I got
Houston
you.
doesn't have a team since they lost a quarterback, man. It's been like that since that injury. The defense has struggled. They're
Lamar
not.
Miller,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's okay, but he's
I'm gonna
not
have to
great.
start with him due to necessity because of not having Fournette, but I'm not loving it against Jacksonville's defense
Yeah,
either.
man. So
Yeah, we'll
Jacksonville secondary is off the chain.
can see
Their
them trying to
defense
play
is
catch
great. They're doing good with shaky quarterback play. Is
Right.
how that kind of a season they have going on this year. So
see. Bortles. Yeah, I would start Bortles again. I'm starting D.D. Westbrook. He's been on fire lately. He's been getting the majority of their touches, and
Yeah, they've
I
had a
trust
lot of
him. I'm
injuries
sitting
at wide
Mike
receiver.
Evans for D.D. Westbrook.
Yeah,
right
Mike
now.
Evans.
This is what he's been a bust. He was my first pick.
Yep.
And now I'm sitting him for D.D. Westbrook, Josh Gordon, and Cooper Kupp. So
yep, that
that's how
tells
it
you how the
goes.
season's gone.
That's
That's
how it
the
goes.
kind of
That's
season
a
it's been
one-eye
in
Yeah, it's been that
mentality.
kind of
I'm
season.
sitting Mike Evans, and I don't know. I mean,
got
I don't
you,
know if
bro.
that's a
Those-
good thing to do,
I'm
but
with you.
All those wide
I've been
receivers
sitting on
you
him
just
too.
named that were wide receivers that probably weren't even drafted at the beginning of the season.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cooper Kupp was
that's-
like second
That's
to
what
last
I'm rolling
pick,
with
yeah,
in the
man.
playoffs, though. That's the type of stuff you have to do. You got to
Yeah,
adjust on
you
the
gotta
fly.
make you gotta make moves, man.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
Making money.
They don't call me
moves.
Young Jimmy Johnson for nothing.
That fool
Calm
told
down.
me. To be honest, he told me he was gonna give me pizza when I traded for Cooper Kupp because he won. So heads up.
Right on. I got you, bro.
Nah, man. But Jacksonville is. Yeah, we're rolling with that.
Yeah,
I think
for
we're all
sure. Definitely. All in on that one. I think.
All right.
This next one may be a decent game depending on what Jets team
Whoa,
shows up.
you know who's quarterback, though?
Maybe. Well, it's New Orleans.
Pump the brakes. Bryce Petty. Bryce Petty. So,
on ice, Petty.
So I picked up New Orleans defense.
Just for that?
Just because of that, yeah. They were rolling. The Jets have been rolling with McCown. Well, Bryce Petty is not that dude, so he's not good.
And there are
He's
New
a turnover
Orleans,
machine. New Orleans defense is going to eat them up.
This is the biggest spread of the day, y'all.
What's the spread?
New Orleans is minus 16.5 points.
That's college numbers, dude.
That's college. Like, when do you hear an NFL team
never
giving that many points?
That's
man?
horrible. I need
Kamara's
the
back,
difference.
right?
So yeah,
Kamara's
back. He's good to go. Start all your New Orleans guys, right? Michael Thomas, Drew Brees,
and they're playing in the dome. You
Kamara,
know how it is in
Ingram, everybody. Yeah,
So,
bro. It's
Retract
all
that.
out.
Might be a good game.
I wouldn't start any Jets. I dropped Bilal Powell. Not feeling
Not
good
a great
about
game
that.
to tune into.
Robbie Anderson, sorry, buddy. Safarian Jenkins, if you're still in the playoff hunt. we still
I'm
got
not in
him,
the
I
playoffs.
guess.
I had him last week, and then I
Yeah.
had Curse last week, or the way he put 35
I wouldn't
points
start
up.
any Jets with confidence this week.
Right.
Yeah, so
There's
New
not-
Orleans.
There's not much to say in this game other than play all your New Orleans starters. New Orleans
Right.
should be able to go in there and clown
Yeah, I
them
mean,
like
yeah.
should
we
be
all
able
know.
Yeah, it should be an easy win for the Saints today.
Yeah, they're going to go in there marching in.
I was about to say something to this.
to.
Great minds. We'll be here every Sunday.
We'll move on to the next one because that one's probably going to be a snooze. But Philly at New York Giants.
Man, it might not be as much of a snooze as you think.
That
'Cause
one,
Nick Foles is
Nick
playing.
Foles is playing. The Giants have done, but
The
Eli's
defense has been
playing,
bad.
man.
Yeah, Eli's playing.
Eli's back.
He's playing for his respect.
Put
Put some respect on my
his
name.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah, you ever want to put respect
man.
on his name?
Sterling Shepard. Anybody?
Just
you-
Google
Any
dumb
confidence?
face.
Orleans Darkwa? Any confidence in any of the New York football
Nah,
Giants?
bro. I don't
No.
think I started him. I don't know if I did. I don't even know he's in my starting
Evan
lineup.
Ingram,
No.
he was doing good for a while, but he's been on the decline too.
So yeah,
I think Philly's defense is still capable to
they're good.
put a hurt on
Yeah,
the
the
Giants.
Giants are just they're just messed up all the way
Yeah.
across the board, man.
I'm gonna go-
defense, offense,
I'm going
injuries,
Philly
locker room.
just
Yeah,
because of
Philly's
defense.
all around team better.
Yeah, they're missing their main man,
a lot of
but
weapons,
I
Philly
don't know,
does.
man.
Yeah, I could see Alshon Jeffrey having a nice day today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he should. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it's gonna.
Nelson Aguilar.
This is
maybe.
one of these ugly games that you don't know which way it's gonna go
Right.
because Nick
I think
Foles
Philly's
may-
gonna win. Yeah,
I think Philly
I'm
will win.
sure
but
Nick
Philly
Foles
will
is going to
win,
be
but-
trying to make some money,
Yeah.
though.
I think
That's
they'll
one
win.
thing you got to get clear. He doesn't get very many opportunities.
Yeah.
This is going to be his first start.
I want my job.
He's going
back,
to try
man.
to show out. Yeah, he showed out before. I want to see what he's got. I picked him up just to make sure nobody else picked him up. But they're considering him as a streamer option this week. So people that are desperate, people that have gotten people hurt or questionable matchups are rolling with Nick Foles. So
Yeah, well, I mean, Wentz made those throws. I don't know if Nick Foles, he hadn't started
we'll
a
see.
full game,
I
but
mean,
he's
yeah,
got capability. It's a Giants,
One
so it's
year
a good
he
test.
had a
Yeah.
really good touchdown versus interception ratio, but it's been a few years, so we'll see how
He'll
it
have an
goes.
easy matchup
Like
against the
2015, something like that. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Another one that it's kind of like I'm glad they put it at 1:00 is Arizona at Washington.
Yeah,
I don't know, can we just make our pick and move on? I don't know.
Right. I got Washington just by default. They're at home.
Yeah, I get
I don't know,
it.
man. Arizona
picked
fell
Washington in
apart.
that
They
game.
lost like two quarterbacks. They lost like two running backs. I don't know. They're just neither one of these teams. They at the beginning of the season. You would think they had a chance. Now they just kind of fell off.
Yeah,
the face
Washington
of
was
the
looking
map.
scary for a little bit, and then now it's like,
Yeah, they're out of it.
Yeah, they had a
look
lot
like-
of injuries though. Their offense,
Yeah,
their whole offensive
their
line
offensive
down
line.
there was.
Yeah. I'm
and
gonna
then they
ro-
lost Chris
Foles has
Thompson.
been suffering.
yeah,
Foles-
sucks, man.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that was a big blow for them. Not a lot of people were talking about Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was having a
killed me,
season, man.
Yeah.
As a wide receiver, well, not
Especially my
not a wide
PPR
receiver,
league.
but as a receiving running back, man.
But
Right.
the PPR league was solid,
Yeah, he
15
was solid.
plus
He was
points
doing
every
awesome.
week, man.
So
Yeah.
I mean
Big
that's kind of
injury.
scary for us because they're in our division, but at the same time we'll see how they come back next year with off
Yeah.
the injuries and see how they draft.
We
so.
got some
Right.
film on them now, so we'll see.
For Arizona, I mean, you can't not play Larry
Larry Fitz,
Fitzgerald.
he's
He's been
gonna
doing pretty
eat.
awesome.
I'm rolling with Arizona because that's gonna be to me the main piece of the puzzle is that Larry Fitzgerald will find a way to get open against.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna have Josh Norman on him. Though.
Yeah, but Josh Norman's got. He's not.
He's been beatable.
He's been
this
beatable
year.
He
this
took
year.
a step back this season,
And it's
but I
Larry
don't know if
Fitzgerald though, man. That's
I don't know if
elite
it's
versus elite.
The defense being out there too long, or just giving them more
Yeah,
opportunities.
he's been
I don't know.
he's winded or he's not himself anymore, man. He don't even talk trash. He's kind of just like, we're getting whooped, and I'm just gonna stay out there and
Right.
Yeah, they don't
Get
have
this
Adrian
paycheck.
Peterson today, so as we mentioned, Kerwin Williams, he's going to be playing. So
and he's
we'll
been
see.
doing
He's
a
been
decent
doing okay.
job.
He's quick, he's short, quick,
Right.
fast guy, but. Yeah, I don't know. This one's tough, man.
I'm rolling with Arizona because
I think I am going to roll with Arizona because of their weapons. I like their weapons better.
A little bit better
right now.
weapons, and they're more established. And Larry Fitzgerald will find a way to eat. No matter, just throw it to him.
Yeah, I could see their defense getting to Kirk Cousins too. He hasn't been good.
Washington's line, like I said earlier, has been horrible.
Yeah, I got the Redskins.
Yeah. All right.
As much as I hate them, I'm going with the Redskins.
Ronnie says that Nick Foles is still good enough to be competitive. I agree with you, bro. I think he's still okay. At least worth watching.
Enough to watch.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I want to see what he does today, just to kind of give
Get
a big picture look. Yeah, a gauge exactly, because they're not going anywhere. Philly's going to be there.
What?
So.
Maybe JPP will get through and pop him one good time, and then they'll be down to
I
the
wanna
third
see
quarterback.
what he's got, man. We'll
Hoping
see.
for that club hand to come out.
Give him the club.
Yeah, that's
Give him the
remarkable.
club,
He's
bro.
playing like that.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
Looks like a caveman out
So
there.
next on the list is, to me,
Captain Caveman.
one of the three great games
Yes.
going on
Thank
today.
you.
We do
3
have
o'clock games.
three awesome games later in the day today.
Right? They're all
This being
bunched
one
up,
of them.
man.
Yeah, they're all bunched up together.
And
So you got the Rams and Seattle.
That's gonna be
man.
the game to watch.
Man, it's
right
going to be
there,
a
boy.
physical game.
Whew, those are
Divisional,
two teams right there,
physical.
man.
Russell Wilson, he doesn't do that well against the Rams. They're always close. The games
Yeah.
are close. Even when the Rams were sorry,
Yeah.
real sorry. So it's going to be awesome.
I'm rolling with the Rams on this.
I
one,
love
bro.
watching the Rams.
The Rams are exciting.
Jared Goff, I
watch.
keep picking them, and I know they lost last week, but I like what they're doing. I like the
Yeah.
adjustments that they make. Robert
lost,
Woods is
but
coming
they were
back.
in that game.
Yeah, Robert
Yeah,
Woods
they
is
were
coming
in
back.
the
That's
whole game,
huge, man. Cooper Kupp's been doing pretty good. Sammy Watkins has been doing good. Gurley's been off.
beasting, bro.
They're one of the
They're
top
young
offenses,
team,
and now
too,
they have
man.
to be the top offense since Philly dropped off with Carson
Yeah.
Wentz. So that. Man, I can't wait to see
This
that
would be a
game.
good
I'm
game.
pumped up. Seattle's been pretty
Seattle's
good too.
the
You can't ever
defensive-
count them out.
We
so.
were talking about their defense not being scary anymore, but they're coming back and they're getting in a rhythm, and they're one of these teams that end of the season, end of the year, they start getting momentum and they just
Right.
finding ways to play good.
The
Rusty,
linebackers they got over
Yeah,
there,
I
man.
mean,
Bobby Wagner.
ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's
man.
tough. He's
If
one of
anybody
the
that plays
best
in
in
the
the
defensive
I
league,
had him off
I got
the
him.
field, but
Right.
on the field, man.
Man, he's a beast,
Yeah,
bro.
he kills it in that
Yeah.
IDP.
Yeah,
in,
man.
Individual.
When
defensive.
I have him in one of my defensive leagues, and he's
For
running.
tackles,
He's
yeah.
running. He's tackles. He put up
And then
like
they got the
15
12 man
points
over
one
there,
week,
too.
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
They got the 12 man too. Don't forget.
yeah. 12 man that they stole from A&M. No,
Yeah,
don't worry,
it's
we
gonna be
won't call
tough.
you out, Seattle.
Man, yeah, but I want the Rams.
I'm going to the Rams. This is a good game to watch just because it's in Seattle and it's a high octane, quick offense. I think that it's got a young coach who's innovative, who does things differently. Pete Carroll's always stayed in that college mindset, so this will be a different game to watch than your normal.
Yeah, it's
NFL
gonna be a
game.
coaching duel right there too.
Old school versus new school, and I'm going with a new school, and I'm going with the Rams on this one, man.
Me too. I don't know Russell Wilson.
This
I don't
one's
know
tough
how
for
I
me to
feel.
call, man.
I got Mike Davis
Yeah.
playing in one league. I think he's going to do pretty good. The Rams' run defense isn't
I
that
think
good.
to me,
but-
Vegas doesn't get it wrong too often. They got the Rams as the favorites in Seattle. So just on that, I'm gonna go with the Rams, and not to mention I want Seattle to lose,
Yeah,
since we need them to lose anyways.
yeah.
Homer.
Definitely
But
rolling for the Rams.
Don't be surprised if Seattle can pull this one off.
Yeah.
I definitely think they have a very, very. I mean, this is almost a 50-50 to me. Like,
Yeah, and you're right. The 12 man does play a big part when you're playing in Seattle because it is so loud. You get a lot of
Yeah.
penalties on offsides, false starts. I'm sorry. It'll play a factor, but I think this team is capable to adjust to that.
and just like Adolph said, I mean, for some reason Seattle always struggles with the Rams. They are a divisional team, so they know each other very, very well. They
Yes,
play
sir.
each other twice a year, so we'll see. I mean,
sir,
it's
we'll see, man.
it should be a great game. It's at least one I'd be interested in tuning into.
Yeah,
so.
this is a
time.
must
It's a
watch.
big
Y'all
time game.
highlight
Yeah.
this.
A lot of playoff
That's
the second
These
wave
two
of
teams play football the way they should be played.
You know the
man.
Cowboys will be watching that one closely too.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
definitely watching
Well,
that.
probably not because we'll be playing two. But no, we don't play till 7.
We played 07, yeah.
Culo.
Calm down, man.
Chet.
Cálmate.
Cálmate,
All right, I'm not
It's,
awake.
it's
yet.
all
Freno.
good. It's all good.
Nah, no worries, man. So definitely start Gurley. He's a must start no matter what year or who he plays. I'm sorry.
Yeah. For sure.
Rusty's
What
probably
about
good
Graham?
option.
How you feel about Graham?
Man, F that guy.
Yeah, I'm not too.
Cost me a playoff win last week.
Too soon. He had a donut last week.
Yeah,
donut,
he's had a lot of low scoring games too.
Man.
But
Playoffs, you
that
can't afford
might
that,
be
though.
His might be his go to. The Rams defense is
Tough. It's
yeah,
tough to sit Jimmy Graham. Like,
and they
what
also
better
have,
options are you
But the
going to
Rams
have,
also
right?
have good linebackers too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the way the tight
Yeah,
ends were
so-
set up this year in fantasy, I mean, what other options?
Man,
you
Right
got?
yeah.
on. Definitely. Baldwin.
Doug Baldwin and Rusty been connecting on good
Baldwin's
plays.
steady.
Baldwin's
Rusty,
steady.
Baldwin's
man.
tough. He's one of my favorite receivers to watch,
yeah,
dude.
that boy, he'll catch it. He ain't scared
He's
to go in
small,
the middle,
but
man.
yeah, he does not
He'll
care.
cut
He
across.
is
He
fearless.
plays, man.
Yeah, he's physical.
He plays nice, man. I like watching him play too.
Yeah, him and Russell
We could use
Wilson
a guy
find
like
a way to
that on our
connect
team.
all the time, man. He finds a way to get open, and then he just lobs them in there to him. So
Yeah.
that's a good start.
Wilson
I'm not.
keeps plays alive.
Yeah, definitely golf. It's a good start.
Yeah, I have to go
Russell
with him,
Wilson's
man.
been consistent.
Russell-
I'm a
too.
little nervous,
Yeah.
but
even,
I'm going with
in
him.
bad games, he's puts up a lot of points.
I think Cooper
fantasy-wise.
Kupp will have a big game today.
I'm hoping so too, bro.
I think Cooper Kupp will have a big game. In the
open some
slot,
things up.
yeah,
He
in
had
the
his
slot,
biggest
yeah.
game last week and helped me in the playoffs, so I'm hoping he can kind of feed off of that.
Anybody else you want to say you
That's
started?
pretty much it, yeah.
All right. Moving on, we got New England at Pittsburgh. This is another one to watch.
Be a great game,
Man,
man.
shootout.
I'm thinking the shootout. I don't know how it would be a low-scoring game because both their offenses get going, and that's why I dropped New England's defense. They put up points for me last week, but going against Pittsburgh this week, even though I'm not in the hunt, I don't want to not get a goose egg because these guys start going off.
Yeah, Antonio Brown has been on fire, dude. He's been killing it, scoring
Yeah,
30,
man.
40 points a game
Every game.
in fantasy football.
Fantasy MVP right there.
Yeah,
bro. He was the
man.
first pick
maybe
for a reason.
NFL MVP.
Yeah. Was he our
I
first
think he
pick?
should start
Oh.
getting some votes. No, he's probably
No, he
like
was our
third.
third, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably third most.
Oh, David
leagues.
Johnson. Sorry, Gary. I forgot.
Right, David Johnson, and then
Le'Veon
Bell, then Antonio Brown. That's exactly where I got him,
Yeah,
and then Justice
third.
League at third. So, but man, next year he has to be 1 and 2 with Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
he has to be one of those
look, it
picks.
doesn't matter what league, standard or PPR.
I mean, Le'Veon Bell's been killing it too. So yeah,
These two, I think Antonio Brown, what he did this year, unless Big Ben decides to retire, he'll probably go first next year.
he has to, dude. Yeah.
Consistent every year. The last couple years,
And
he's
it doesn't
been,
matter. He's matchup proof. Also, like he has
Doesn't matter.
good
Yeah,
matchups
it
against
doesn't
him.
matter, bro.
They spread the ball around,
So
or they spread him around to get.
Yeah, and they use him well. I
Yeah.
definitely would start Antonio Brown.
He's even
no
doing
matter who he
kickoff
plays.
returns.
Right.
Yeah, they make sure he gets fed. So
Big Ben will probably have a decent game. I don't see New England's defense doing too much, although they've been playing better. I think the Steelers have been playing. Their offense is clicking and running on high octane.
Juju's back. You
Juju's back.
think,
Hey,
you think Juju has a statement game?
He's
Or, like,
he's listed as questionable for the hamstring, but I think he plays.
I think he does. I think
I
he's
think he's
gonna
gotta prove
play.
the point, yeah.
I think he's gonna celebrate in the end zone. He's gonna at least get a touchdown and have a nice little dance for the NFL.
I'm still letting him in my starting lineup, even though he's questionable.
Yeah.
And he's
And
a
New
guy
Eng-
to start.
New
man.
England also has Gronk back this week, though.
Yeah,
I
that's a
forget-
big
And
dig.
then we
difference.
get
They
to
look-
the other side.
They look
yeah.
pedestrian without Gronk last
But
week.
he calls that attention that you open everything else up.
Bro, Brady
Yeah.
looked so
Brady,
frustrated last
man.
week.
And yeah,
That definitely would have been a
Yeah,
different game. with
Pittsburgh's
Gronk
defense
playing,
is
yeah.
pretty good, so they're gonna have their hands full.
Man,
New
and
England.
then
but they've been involved in a lot of shootouts
You know who's
too.
been killing it for New England? Rex Burkhead, local
Yeah.
product, man. He's
Right.
been doing badass. He's been doing
Deion
really
Lewis
good.
has been putting up good
Him
numbers too.
also, yeah.
Right.
so-
New England fighting for that home field advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last week though, Brandon Cooks got shut down. Their outside weapons got shut down. So we'll see what what New England is able
Well,
to do.
Gronk
against
would definitely
Pittsburgh.
help.
Yeah,
alleviate
he's
some of that.
he big time.
To
so,
me, Pittsburgh the last couple of weeks though they just been squeaking by to teams.
Yeah, they've been some
to teams
close
that they
shootouts.
should have been blowing out. New England's legit when they got Rob Gronkowski out there. You know how they are coming off a loss. Bill Belichick,
Very
you know,
tough.
he doesn't take loss very lightly, man. He
they
makes
come
his
back
adjustments. They come
beast
back
next week.
beast in the next week after a
Gotcha.
loss.
So you're all in on Patriots, huh?
I am.
Man,
I
As
don't
much as
know.
I hate to
I don't
say
know.
it, because
I
I
can't.
hate the Patriots.
I can't, dude.
But I hate them because they're so good.
I
man.
got you. You're making a very good point.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
still
going
rolling with
Patriots.
Pittsburgh,
I'm going with
yeah.
Steelers. I think the Steelers have been waiting for this game. The Patriots are the Patriots, but the Steelers have been having this on their calendar all season, and they know that the Patriots are the class of the league. Patriots are
Statement game.
Yeah, they need to make that statement. I think the Patriots they've had this written down on their little
This is
calendars
the game to watch.
forever, man. I cannot wait for this game.
Hey.
I can recall.
I think the
when these are
Steelers are
Sunday
going to win
night
it.
games.
I just think they're going to
I'm
show
not
out
saying
and try to
it's
make a
just going to
statement.
be a blowout.
No, I got
yeah,
you, man.
yeah,
I think it's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be a
I love
shootout.
what you're
It's
saying.
going to be a shootout. It's going to come down to who makes that mistake or
Yeah.
who,
I
and
think-
we all know that Big Ben makes a mistake
No, he
before Tom
does.
Brady
Yeah.
does.
He does, man.
But
He
don't
does.
get me wrong,
Brady
it's
was
gonna
throwing
be-
up some lobs.
Man, we getting
last
crunk in here.
Woo! Man, I can't wait for that
This is a game to
Put
win,
me in,
bro.
coach.
New England coming off a loss.
Steelers
they're
my Super
in
Bowl pick,
Pittsburgh,
so-
and they're still favored. To me, that tells me that some Vegas knows
Yeah,
something's up
they
there,
want
too.
that
Yeah.
one seed. You want the home field advantage in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I still think the Steelers have a slight advantage over the Patriots because the Patriots defense has been shoddy throughout. And when you have Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell on the field at the same time, and Juju and Martavis Bryant, that's a lot for them to handle.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's defense hasn't been
And
like
exactly,
that
and they
either.
haven't been
Yeah,
like that
that's true. They've
either.
been
So
banged
this,
up.
but I think if
Man,
someone makes a
I mean,
mistake,
Don't
Without-
forget they let Brett Hundley put up 30 points on
Yeah.
them. So.
the heart of their defense, Shazier, is in the hospital. Also,
Yeah.
so,
So
they
they're
may
playing
not
for-
play football anymore.
yeah. So that's,
I think
that's a big
I think
deal.
they're playing for him. That gives them that boost, and I think them being at home, terrible towel. This is a classic game to watch, man.
Man,
I don't like the
that's
Steelers
amazing.
That's
either.
probably going to be the game of the
Right.
day.
This is
now.
the
It'll
game
feel
of the
like a
day.
playoff game
It feels
now,
this
in
will
week
feel
15.
like a playoff. I don't know. Maybe just because I don't want the Patriots to win, and it's a close game. But I still think that Antonio Brown's going to have a big game. So is Le'Veon Bell, and I'm hoping Juju has no attention on him because of the attention to Le'Veon Bell and to Antonio Brown. So I'm rolling with Pittsburgh. But it's not going to be by 15 or by not even maybe by it may be a field goal game.
Yeah.
But this is going to be. I can't knock you for choosing the Patriots.
Yeah,
'cause
you can't go wrong either way.
you can't go wrong either way. You either pick is a solid pick, whoever you pick, and they both teams have their flaws. So this is definitely the watch. This is the one you get that bowl of frijoles and just sit there and eat while you don't want to get up. You
Yeah.
man.
Tamales,
Tamales,
pozole.
pozoles, like the meatloaf. I'm eating at the front. This will be a good game.
Ma! If you're gonna do it all the way, man.
The meatloaf.
There you go. Already.
And then we go to the next game, which is like, man, why didn't they flex this one down? Maybe because there wasn't anything to flex up. But Tennessee at San Fran. I don't know, man. San
That's a tough
Francisco.
one to call, man.
Tennessee's been struggling. San Francisco's been playing better.
Yeah. They made a difference with Garoppolo in there, man.
Yeah, he showed some truth for them.
But Tennessee's, they're in the playoffs hunt right now. They're in one of the wild card spots, so they got a lot to play for. Tennessee, even though they haven't been playing great, they've been winning.
They've been winning.
So,
Delaney Walker's been coming back up.
He's
playing
been doing pretty
great.
good. He's been
Mariota's
steady, man. He's been one of the most steady tight ends.
In the
Low
last couple
key,
weeks,
on the low. Nobody's talking about him, but he's
Yeah.
been steady. Yeah,
Right.
man.
was
Mariota's been
quiet.
up and down. I like Garoppolo. I like what he's been doing. This game was really tough
Yeah.
for me to pick in the pick 'em.
yeah, I don't even know who I
Game.
picked, to be
Yeah, this
honest.
is the one that I haven't
went
picked
with,
yet.
I think I went with Tennessee just because to me overall I like their team and if we're looking at it business wise as their whole portfolio of the season, so I think that
It's
they're
very
going to be
close,
good.
man.
Is it an even game?
They have San Francisco favored by 2.5. I
Hmm.
picked Tennessee just because I think Tennessee has just a slight edge over them as far as the way that they play
Overall.
or that they've been playing this season.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to help them get at least an interception or something with Garoppolo. I think they're going to be able to slow Garoppolo down. I don't think they're going to let him beat him. I think they're going to at least get a turnover or two. I think they're
Yeah.
opportunistic defense.
Yeah,
They're not the best defense, but they're opportunistic
Yeah.
This one
defense.
can
They
go
get
either way,
turnovers.
though.
Yeah, I saw Tennessee's defense on the bench because they have had those games where they do shut people down.
Yeah.
And, they're low-scoring games usually, so it kind of helps me on the defenses. But Tennessee should take this one. I think I know Marquise Goodwin and Garoppolo have had a good chemistry,
Marquise
and the
looking
speed
nice, man.
that Marquise Goodwin has is crazy.
The tight
so
ends, I can't think of their name,
Yeah.
but they've been doing pretty
they've been
good.
doing
He's
all
spreading
right.
the ball around,
I don't think
man.
it's enough though.
I don't think so.
Not
either.
Tennessee, who's in the hunt still and fighting for a spot. So they got to maintain that wild card. I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one.
Me too.
Yeah, I got Tennessee. There's not
Yeah.
much.
Not much.
to say
That kind of like let the air out of the balloon after we talked about New England and Pittsburgh. But,
Right.
but then we'll go back to
Boom,
another
boom,
good
boom.
Right.
Wong, wong.
Prime time, baby.
Prime
That's all
time,
good.
like we were supposed to be. Never lost. Dallas at Oakland on the West Coast. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
This is a good
Man,
game, man,
that-
and I think it's good that we're on at night. Man, this is gonna be one of those ones that we're gonna have to see what team shows up.
Black
on the West
hole,
Coast,
man. That's legit, bro.
Although it is in LA,
Scary
there are
place,
a lot
dude.
of Cowboy fans
Right.
out in
It's
California.
Oakland.
So this may be
Oaktown.
half and half, man. I don't know. Raider Nation's out and they're loud, but there's a lot of Cowboy fans on the West Coast that may show up too.
Yeah, we have a lot of fans over there.
Man,
do.
at the beginning of the year, this was one of those games
Like,
where
These
Uh-oh.
were both locked in
last-
playoff Super Bowl contenders at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, last year they were on the road. It looked like to go to the Super Bowl. Carr got hurt, and then of course Dallas got beat by Green Bay, so it didn't happen like that. This year, like going into the year, this was definitely one of those games we had marked on our calendar, thinking, okay, this is going to be big.
So let us know how
Both
we can
games
do.
both teams came out kind of flat, so now it doesn't mean as much, but they are still both trying to fight, you know,
Yeah.
for a playoff
What
spot. The chances aren't great, but they're still there.
What I
They're still
remember
in
the
the hunt.
most is everybody comparing our line to their line,
Yeah.
saying
Right.
this is the second coming of the Cowboys' offensive line. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think that you're right. We did see this team as like this is going to be a playoff match. We don't know what Oakland team is going to show up.
The one that whooped up on Kansas City, or the one that got whooped by Kansas City
Yeah.
last
Right.
week.
We thought we were going to be
Or
fighting
the ones
for
that got whipped
a
up by
one
England,
seed.
New England,
Right.
Mexico.
And now we're fighting for a 6 seed.
Yeah,
we're trying to
so,
get into
man,
that. We're just trying to get in the dance.
We're just
at
trying to
this
make
point.
the dance.
They-
man.
right,
Trying to
right,
make the dance.
exactly. And
You hear me knocking? Let me in.
they are not going to have Amari Cooper though, so that's going to be big
That's-
time for the Dallas
That's
Cowboys.
good for us.
Yeah.
Man,
But you still gotta watch. I know they don't get
Crabtree.
like Crabtree,
Bro,
man.
you know he wants to show out against Dallas.
his
He's from
Cowboys,
Dallas.
man.
Yeah. And
I
he's
thi-
got respect for the Cowboys, but you know he wants to show out against the Cowboys.
I think our young corners can probably maintain somewhat, maybe not get beat so much, but he's still one that I think he's been the most threat for Carr against other teams all year, more than Amari Cooper has
Yeah, definitely. He's been more steady all year.
all year. I think we're okay. Sean Lee's
Jared Cook's
that
somebody
game,
we're
but-
going to have to watch out for. He's been doing
That's
pretty
Sean
good.
Lee's assignment right there today. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jared Cook can take over a game. He has done it this season before.
He's done it to us
so-
before.
Yeah, so yeah, this is going to be a tough one to call. If the defense plays with confidence like they did last week, and how they've been playing and progressing and better, moving up and having that confidence, playing with some swagger, Derek Carr is prone to make mistakes, and it's not like we can't have opportunities over that and take advantage of it. Their defense is decent. Their front line is what I'm more concerned about on the right side.
Yeah. I'm concerned about Khalil Mack trying to
Yeah.
get to us too. big
Khalil Mack
time.
that's one that we got to watch out, man. He
Yeah.
likes the
The
right
line's
tackle.
pretty good.
Navarro.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a good matchup.
We got our shot for Navarro too, man.
Right.
Yeah.
In the trenches. This is going to be a big
Yeah.
in the trenches game due to both lines being good. So we'll see who's able to get some pressure today
Now,
on both quarterbacks.
David Irving's still out on our defensive line.
That's tough. man.
that's a tough not to have
yeah.
right there. But so we need
Scary.
everyone.
Well,
else
we've
to
had
step
people
up.
stepping
up.
up too, though, man. DeMarcus Lawrence leading, one of the top sack leaders in the league. He's been
Terron Crawford's been good.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Crawford needs to have a big
Malik
game.
Collins, second year, he's been putting up numbers too. He's been solid out at the defensive line. Even though he doesn't make a lot of plays, he at least keeps the line plugged up for us. You know what I mean, on the defensive
The
side.
scouting
Right
report
on.
I got from Oakland's that I read, and I'm sure you guys all heard it on the radio, was that the Oakland's line is great when they're run blocking and going straight up, but when you got to move to side to side and wiggles and all those different techniques
Out of
to
the pocket type stuff.
yeah, that's when they get tired.
I
So
got
you
you.
have to make some movement out. That's what was recommended for the Cowboys to do. So, maybe we need to bring some blitzes in, some exotic blitzes, and
Right.
we have the ability to do so. It's just, man, this is going to be a really close game, I think,
It's a must win for both of them.
for both
Yeah.
of us. Yeah.
I would definitely start Crabtree and Carr against
Yeah.
us. But on our side though, I
starting
would start Dak.
Dak, for
Rod
sure.
Smith, he's been beastie.
Man,
Let's let him play the game.
Right.
touchdowns.
Shout out to Rod
Can I
Smith.
see
man.
Rod Smith the
he
whole
runs
game,
hard.
please?
He's been doing good,
Right.
man. I like to see him get more touches today.
We got that short sample in the preseason.
right?
Right.
I wanted to see him.
He's got
all
burst,
game.
man. He's got pop. So
He's
let's
got-
see
I'm
what
glad
he's
I
got.
got to meet him, man.
Yeah,
right.
man. That's
We got his
a straight
autograph.
up homeboy right there. What's up?
Right.
Let him run, man. I think I don't hate the way Alfred Morris runs, but to me, when I watch him run, he's got to get in that rhythm. If you don't feed him the ball, he's not going to do well, and that's not our scheme.
You
on
know what
offense.
he's gonna do too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know where he's going.
He's a little slower side to side. He hits the trenches okay. He doesn't make it through. I think Rod Smith is a lot quicker.
Makes
Can
you pay.
can catch
Yeah.
out the slot as we saw.
Give him some
Uh,
space,
right.
man. Give
He
him
can
the ball in
catch, man.
space.
He's quick. I'm excited. I think should be his coming out game, and we need to be like, all right, we're set.
We need to give Zeke a good welcome back. Reason
Yeah,
to be
like, hey, bro.
Yeah, you know Zeke is pumped. You saw him celebrating after Rod Smith's touchdown.
Yeah,
last
man,
week.
he's ready to come back. Hey, he's guaranteed 200 yards. He got a bet.
Shout out to Dez too. Dez has been stepping up too.
He dropped that
he
one.
He gets a lot of
He dropped the one, but he made up.
There's
made
always
up for
something
it,
to say about
50-yard
Dez,
touchdown.
but he's been doing.
He killed me,
better,
man.
So.
He broke my heart when he dropped it, but then he came back with the next one.
There was a lot of drops in the game though. Cole Beasley had a big drop.
Yeah,
too.
he did.
So they got it together though in the second half. They made their adjustments again this
Smith,
last game. So
he's put the seal on it.
Yeah,
that game.
that was,
though. It was still we weren't looking so great.
I like
towards
that
the end.
Smith times 3 on the left hand side, bro. You
That's
got
awesome,
Tyron
man.
Smith,
Right.
then the fullback Smith, and then Rod Smith
Right.
running all the same side. That right there is looking great. It's been working. They tried it a few times and it worked. That last touchdown that he ran in.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see him
let's
give the
get some
ball
more
to
of that.
Jalen Smith
Yeah.
too. You know, we all have
There you go,
brothers,
bro.
so we know how that is too.
I got
That's
you
a
another
big deal.
one.
You know, Jalen's probably not going to get a touchdown, maybe ever. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool to see. But yeah,
I think that's a good story for them too. The brothers playing on the
definitely.
same team.
That's big time, bro.
I'm rolling Dallas all the way, man.
Me too.
I'm not gonna not
No
roll.
surprises,
Yeah,
right?
no surprises there. But I think this is definitely a winnable game. We've seen Oakland struggle before. I have confidence in our defense playing with that swagger, and I think Dak can take over the game. He's not a pocket quarterback all the time, but we need to get him out and some movement. Cole Beasley needs to step it up and get open. T-Will has the capability of making some big plays today. So the possibilities are open for both teams. So we'll see.
It'll be a good game though, man. Definitely a good way to end Sunday Night Football.
Heck yeah.
And
Put an exclamation point on it.
Yeah, moving on to Monday,
Last game of the week.
Atlanta at Tampa. I've lost all faith in Tampa.
And Jameis,
I have too.
Yeah,
Even though I
Jameis
would
not
hope,
looking right.
I would hope that I'm wrong, that Atlanta's gonna win because we need Atlanta to lose too. But this is not even one that I even look forward to.
I don't mind.
watching.
Yeah, I don't mind being wrong if Atlanta. I'm going Atlanta, of course. I don't mind if I'm wrong. Tampa can surprise us, but I'm sitting like Adolph said. I'm sitting Mike Evans out.
Yeah.
I sat him out the
No
last
faith
3
in him
weeks.
anymore,
I mean,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
Their whole
for a
offense
team
has
as
been
high
bad.
expectations and pre-season ranking, being in the top 10, they've really fallen way off the map.
Yeah.
that Hard Knocks
off
got
the
us
grid.
hyped. is
There are
what it
no
was,
weapons
man.
of theirs that
Hard Knocks
you
had
can.
you thinking they were going to do something. And
Yeah, and the run game,
Womp,
Doug
womp,
Martin,
womp.
Peyton Barber, you don't know who's going to get the touches, who's going to start.
Cameron
you
Brate's
know.
been slow.
Yeah.
He was a hot pickup for me for a few weeks, and he's done. He's a dud. I started rolling with Safari Jenkins over Cameron Brate. That's how
Deshaun Jackson hasn't done
Deshaun
it.
Jackson is for me. I may start him because he's. I don't have many other options, but he's not one that I'm like, yeah, I got D-Jack starting. He's a bust.
Trufant will be on Evans, so that's something that may open up Jackson.
That may be the only thing that you look forward to, but Atlanta has been Atlanta. Julio Jones is Julio Jones.
I think they're gonna roll.
Their running
Matt
game
Ryan
is great.
should roll.
Matt Ryan.
Devontae Freeman
I'm
should
starting
roll,
Matt Ryan because
Coleman. So yeah.
Wentz is hurt,
Yeah.
so I'm rolling with Ryan. I'm not feeling like it's a bad start against Tampa.
Yeah, Sanu should be a good start. I hate to say, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
You're like,
against him
damn.
too. Yeah, man. But
This one is
roll.
just
it's not much to talk about.
in the beginning of the season. It would have been like, oh crap, this is a good matchup, but now it's like Atlanta's
they
probably
should
going to
run away
win.
with that game.
We hope they lose though, but I don't see that happening.
The wild card.
Yeah, I don't see that
implications.
happening.
You never know. It's Monday night.
It is. You never know, man. But
We're gonna watch it regardless.
We will.
At least to peep a little bit, see what's going on. There should be some fantasy things, especially Julio Jones will have some impact.
that closes
this weekend.
out the week in football.
the weekend football.
And you know what that brings up?
What's
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, I have a couple notes. Do you guys have anything that y'all want to talk about?
Man, you pretty much covered what you wrote on here.
There was some boxing last night. Lemieux was fighting Billy Joe
It was
Saunders.
late night boxing.
Late night boxing.
Did you stay up late to watch it? I watched a little bit.
I watched like the first half of it.
Okay.
Billy Joe Saunders pretty much put it on Lemieux. I think Billy Joe Saunders is ready for his big fight too, man.
That's a nice name. I like that. Billy Joe. Well, no, Billy Joe Saunders. Lemieux, I've heard from
Billy
Mario.
Joe.
Yeah, David Lemieux. He's a great boxer, but I think he's starting to go on the decline now. Billy Joe is now a name to reckon with in the middleweight division, which is starting to get, full of, good fighters now, too. You got Gennady Golovkin, you got Canelo in the middleweight division. And then you got the Charlo brothers trying to move up from 154 to the middleweight division at 160.
Middleweight's looking like it's getting stacked, bro.
Yeah,
man.
between 154 to 160, man, there's a lot of great boxers right now. Boxing is back. If y'all ain't know, man, boxing is back.
And we didn't cover the Lomachenko fight the week before.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. I mean, he put it on Rigondeaux big time. He made him stop.
Had him doing the no mas.
Yeah, he stopped that. So he's definitely
Faking
probably the
injuries.
top pound-for-pound fighter, him and Crawford.
Lomachenko, the machine, boy.
Yeah, and Miguel Cotto retired. We didn't get to cover that either. So that's big news in boxing also. So he's one of the greats just to watch of all time. I mean, his record may not be the best, but just from the eye test, he was one of my favorites to watch. He's a tough fighter. I'm going to miss watching him fight. Guys, y'all have anything to say about Cotto? Y'all?
No.
No.
I think we
We
covered
talked-
it.
we
I
covered it.
think we covered it.
Okay. And the Rangers have been
Texas
making a couple
Rangers.
moves. They've got some Fister and more. So they lost out on Ohtani.
Yeah, man, that
Yeah.
hurt, but there was a slim chance. I think if
We'll
we
still
had
get to see him
you,
play though. He's in
yeah.
our division.
yeah, we get to see. Yeah, we get to see him a lot.
Tough.
So
Yeah,
that
there's some news
sucks.
about his elbow, so we'll see what happens there. But it does suck
Right.
that he might be a dual
I'm
threat.
just
He's
gonna
going
go
to
off
the
on a
Angels.
limb here and say I'm glad John Daniels' contract is coming up because
Yeah, he's playing. He's making a lot of safe
if
moves.
if y'all really think it was him and not Nolan Ryan that did what we were doing when we took those trips to the World Series, I'm not a big fan.
I mean,
of JD
he was
now.
riding that high off that trade for Teixeira when he got Andrews and a bunch of players. But after that, it's
Yeah,
kind
ho-hum.
of like it's kind
I
of like
mean,
man.
there's a reason Nolan Ryan's in Houston. Look what they did this year.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you.
We used to have the best farm system. I don't know where we're at now, but I don't know, man. It's the Rangers. The pitching, I'm not so concerned about our batting and the defense. It's a pitching that's not helping us out at all. And we made some moves, but we'll see.
Yeah, we need some bats too, man. We'll see what's gonna happen.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We're not-
we need some right-handed bats.
We're
dude.
still clinging on to Profar for whatever reason. If we're not gonna play him, let's use him to get someone else
Right.
here. I know there was some talks about, and it may be there were false, maybe rumors, but Chu's contract going to the Angels, maybe.
Really, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting,
something
man.
like
That's a tough contract to move.
And that was
so.
one to move just to make some move, and then that would give us a DH for maybe Beltre to then maybe put Profar or Andrews at third, and then Profar at short. Something. Manny Machado is trying to move to shortstop because he wants to get paid. I know I heard that in the winter meetings.
That's interesting.
Because there's more money in shortstop.
Yeah, big time. That's that's marquee
the winter,
position in baseball.
Yeah, winter meetings are. There's a lot of news that comes out, but you don't know what's the agents making noise or what really is going on,
Yeah.
just to help the players get signed.
Some
But the
more
Rangers
money.
are making some news, not too much.
Yeah, and speaking of them, they're going to have their fan fest on January 20th. That's a good way to go and meet some players, see some Q&As,
autographs.
get autographs big time, and see their locker room. You get to see a lot of different things, and it's like $10 for adults and $5 for kids. So
It's
you
not
can't
bad.
beat that. It's pretty awesome. It is cold, so take your jacket and be ready to buy some hot chocolate. But
Hey.
it's
They
a
do
good
sell
time.
beer if you want beer in the morning.
Yeah, they sell beer, so it's fun. I want to go try to check that out. It's definitely fun. I miss baseball at this time, but I mean, we'll see what the Rangers
Yeah.
do. The winter meetings just
winter meetings,
came
like I said,
about.
it's a lot of news, and
You
you,
know,
don't
the
know
Yankees
what's true.
won big time on that type of deal.
That's got to be the biggest move yet.
It's
But
so
Right.
scary.
other than the Angels getting what's his name, we'll see if they let him bat and pitch. We'll see. I don't know that necessarily that's gonna work,
Right.
but that's what he wants to do. That's why he went there.
Yeah, and I have been working with the National Fantasy Football Convention. They're going to have 200 plus players next year. Last year there was like 50 players, and they're going to do a taste of Texas to have 2 football fields. I will let you know once more information comes about, but I definitely want to go, and I want to be there. Hopefully we'll be working there. If not, at least go there and at least represent and have our team there.
Right.
Get the
And it should be
sports
something
case out
fun.
there.
Yeah, there's going to be a player from each team there, so they're looking for sponsors. If anybody wants to get their name out, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. But you're talking about Tony Romo, Ezekiel Elliott, Matthew Berry. Those are all guys that own a piece of this, so they're all a part of that.
Matt
so
Berry.
it's gonna be big time. Yeah, Matt Berry.
He was local.
It's big fantasy
Yeah, man.
implications, and
Right.
shout out to Andy Albert. Thanks for the opportunity for that. And also, I'm gonna be starting to do part-time ref stuff with the Lone Star
Zebra.
Super Social Club, and they have a lot of charity events that they do for the food bank. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing flag football, kickball, and softball. They're looking for refs, too, if anybody wants to look for a part-time job.
I'm trying to go play.
It's going to be
and yell
really
at you,
easy.
bro.
I want to play, and you get opportunities to play and stuff, too. So it should be fun, at least to get back out there on the field for now.
For now.
Yeah, for now, until we start playing again and see what happens. But shout out to them. I'll keep y'all posted.
Any shout-outs, Benny?
I'm good this week, man.
Yeah, this is we do want to mention, though, we know that Christmas is coming around the corner, the holidays, and we're supposed to get some inclement weather. So we, depending on how the situation is, we're supposed to get ice and snow. If we do have some that's going to implicate the live stream, we'll put something out, let you guys know. As much as we love doing this, we don't want anybody risking out there driving, getting into wrecks.
Yeah.
I need my car to get to work, so
Right.
Yeah.
but
Safety first.
Yeah, safety first. But we'll keep
Everybody
you in
be
tune.
careful,
It's supposed to be that. You know how Texas is. It may be 100 degrees before we know it. So we just want to make sure to stay tuned to the page. Make sure you subscribe so that you get those updates. So there's a lot of weather apps and weather channels. If you want to catch it, you just tune in on TV. A lot of weather related issues.
All right. I think that does it, man.
Yeah, man,
They
that
get
does
the point.
All right, so yeah, stay tuned. Other than that, man, it's been a great show. One, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Juice.
Adolf.
And Big Manny.